Hey everybody, welcome to Morphin Grid. I'm Josh,
I'm Jake.
and this is episode 52.
52, my favorite number.
Really?
Yeah.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned mine. It's 17 for anyone who's wondering.
The episode in question is called Two Heads Are Better Than One, so I can only imagine that Gotan returns.
Yeah, maybe he's just repainted.
I don't know.
Have they started doing that yet?
I don't think yet. I think they
No,
don't.
they were making new monsters for ZU2.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. If you're new here, though, welcome to the podcast, guys. This is episode 52. This is
Expect a lot of dramatic pauses.
Yeah, well, maybe not. I edit a lot of them out. There's a fine line between dramatic pause and dead air, and I try to keep it on the side of dramatic pause. So if you're new here, what we do is we pause this recording, we go watch an episode of Power Rangers, then we come back, we talk about it. It's going to be fun. You guys are going to have a good time. We're going to go do that now. You can watch along with us if you have Netflix or the DVDs. Other means that I'm not going to say out loud, but I think you guys know. So on that note, we're going to watch Two Heads Are Better Than One because
It's Morphin time! My.
And we're back. Keeping it. We just watched Two Heads Are Better Than One. It was fine. We'll talk about it in a minute. Before we do that, though, morphingrid.tumblr.com is our website. It's all up to date. A lot of stuff. Josh said he was going to update the Facebook the other night, and he still didn't. So maybe by the time you hear this, it will be.
When's this going up?
Friday.
Maybe not by Friday, definitely by Monday, because I have a 3-day weekend coming up.
Okay.
And I'm going to need to kill half an hour somehow.
So definitely by the next episode.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've said definitely by the next episode before.
I've straight up lied to them. I said the Facebook is updated, or the Tumblr's updated, and it wasn't. So.
Sorry. Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. If you want to email us, you can do that at littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. I don't have my phone on me, so I can't check the
Because it's probably
emails.
so very far away that you can't just go get it right now.
All right, I'll be right back. All right, and no new mail. Guys, I'm ashamed of you. You have shamed your family's honor by not emailing us.
The Morphin Grid has shamed its viewers.
Pox on your houses. I'm kidding. I want your houses to be pox free. Yeah, email us, guys. Just here's the prompt, and I thought of another one, and I forgot it already because that's what I've been doing all day.
Is that the thing I made you write down?
No, that is written down. I have a thing that I
Okay.
want to talk about at the very end. We'll see how this goes. To see how much time we have left. But email. Here's the prompt, right? You guys, we talk about weird little headcanons and sideshows and things like that all the time. That's like a quarter of what this show is. If you guys have any of those, email us so we can talk about it on air. Maybe you have an idea for Evil Space High. Shoot it at us.
Yeah.
We'll add to the Evil Space High canon.
Like, we're pretty focused on Billy, Trini, and now Zach, that love triangle, but like maybe you guys see a different one. That
Right.
We don't, because we're not looking for it.
Exactly, yeah.
Let us know.
Send us
Obviously, Kimberly and Tommy.
Obviously.
But
Then there's also the skull thing. So, I mean, everyone's got different opinions about things that aren't said on the show.
right.
And we want to hear yours. So email us, littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com, in case I forgot to mention that, which is not outside the realm of possibility. If you want to tweet us, you can do that at morphingrid on Twitter. Obviously, you can't tweet us anywhere else. Has to be on Twitter. Sorry. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/themorphingrid. And finally, we are on iTunes. If you want to leave us a rating and review, that would be swell. The more ratings/reviews that we get.
It's just reviews.
I've heard it both ways. I've said it both ways.
Now.
The more of those that we get, the more viewable we are, the more the algorithm.
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 Go to algorithm.
Algorithm is a monster. He's next week's monster.
Oh, he fights with math. Really complicated math.
I'm writing that down. I'm going to use that. Yeah, the algorithm. I did it again. I did it again immediately.
I have no comment.
The algorithm sorts us differently. More people can see it.
What if you said it again just slower that time?
I would walk away. I would put this podcast down and walk away. More people see it. More people can listen to it. That's the thing I'm getting to. So if you give us a rating review, we super appreciate it. We will give you shout-outs on the air and basically be your best friends for the rest of your life. So do that if you want two excitable man children for best friends.
Yeah, man, I'm looking to hang out.
All right, so one last note before we start, and it's a note about notes. Normally I take notes on my phone. Today I didn't. Today I took them on note paper. We're going to see how it goes.
I don't normally take notes.
Josh doesn't take notes.
Every once in a while, I'll write something down that I really want to talk about.
Josh takes note at best. I think maybe once you took 2 notes. Maybe once.
Maybe once. And it was probably a Trilly watch and then something else funny.
Right. So, you guys want to jump into the episode?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it then.
Who was that? Who said that?
Who said that? It could be anybody.
Weird. All right, let's do it. What are we talking about?
Okay, so we start off. Tommy and Jason are teaching a women's self-defense class. We've already run into a problem. My next note just says scream.
Oh, it's because they're telling them while they're defending themselves to make as much noise and be as loud as possible.
Oh, past Jake should have denoted that. Instead, he just wrote scream.
Because I think we come in and it's Jason. It's a real close up of Jason, and then suddenly Tommy just
Tommy
comes
grabs
at
him.
him.
They're doing a demonstration of self-defense.
And then Jason goes, "Help!" and then flips him over.
Right. I guess the point of it is like you make noise. You make noise.
Draw as much attention
Draws attention.
to the
People
scene,
come to help you.
and then beat the crap out of your attacker.
Right.
Because you're a Power Ranger.
Because you're a Power Ranger. We'll see that at the very end of the episode. I have some stuff to talk about there. This is just moms. This is literally moms because one mom is like, "Oh, thank you, boys, for teaching us self-defense." And I say mom, I mean cougar.
She's a cougar.
She is eyeballing Jason hard.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, it's the least we can do for the moms of Angel Grove." He doesn't see it at all. He is completely was it just me, or did this woman not seem like mom age for like 2 seconds, and all of a sudden your eyes adjusted and you're like, "Oh, she is a mom." Because like for a second I was like, "Is Jason getting a love interest?" And I was like, "No, this isn't that one episode." So then he goes on to say like use the buddy system because 2 heads are better than 1. Oh, that's not at the end of the episode. That's right now the thing I want to talk about because he gets Trini and Kimberly to
Trini
help.
and Kimberly come in.
I somehow put that at the end of the episode, but
no, that is spoilers. Super shocking. A Bulk and Skull segment.
Right. There's very little Bulk and Skull, and I kind of like that.
But like when they're there, it's funny, and they don't get gooped.
Also, 2 in a row, no goop. The new streak is alive. So Kimberly and Trini show what you're supposed to do, and they're like Trini doesn't yell, and so don't do this.
Yeah, they're
but
like one thing Trini is doing wrong is she's not making any noise.
But she still has him in a wrist lock,
she's
about to break his shoulder.
Spun Jason down to the ground.
Kimberly is like she's yelling, she's doing the things that they were saying, and then she like sweeps the leg, knocks him out, knocks him down. Like they help each other back up. I was worried when I saw because it starts on a poster that says like women's self-defense. I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be really regressive." But thing that I keep forgetting about the 90s is it was a little more progressive than we are now as far as gender roles go. So yeah, it was. I don't know. It's not like looking down and being like women are dumb and need to learn how to protect themselves.
No, it's just saying
it's like this is a thing that helps people.
Girls get attacked in the dark in cities.
Statistically, women get attacked more. That's just a fact of our lives. That's how it is. So we're gonna do what was Kimberly wearing? Part 1.
Is there multiple?
There is. At the very end, she's wearing something different. Though I'm not sure if Jason and Tommy are, but I mean, on all of my days off and when I got out a week for like the past 2 weeks, I wore like the same pair of shorts and one of two tank tops because I didn't get them dirty because I didn't do anything.
Right.
So it's like, I'm not going to make new clothes that I have to wash. So I'm just going to wear these 100 times. So I get it. Guys are this way. What was Kimberly wearing? Pink sweater, an unseasonably warm looking pink sweater.
This is a little bit later on, but I also feel like that Jason was dressed unseasonably warm, but tried to make it appropriate. We'll talk about that in a minute because we go there in like a minute.
Yeah. So she's wearing this pink sweater, which is like a pullover, warm looking sweater. It's bright pink. It is like the hottest pink that they could have found. So then she's wearing a green pleated plaid skirt. She's got her bike shorts under it / leotard.
I don't remember that skirt.
And she's got her docks. And that's what Kimberly wearing. Part 1. Part 2 took me like 3 tries to figure out what it was because they only showed her from like the shoulders up the first 2 times. So, because of this buddy system, they're like, remember guys, 2 heads are better than 1. Title drop. And then we jump up to the moon where Rita plugs that into her formula. Oh, 2 heads are better than 1, eh? I'll make a monster that's got 2 heads.
That's the problem. All my monsters have had 1 head, except for that one that had 2.
Like 3 weeks ago. That was 54? That can't have been 54.
We're only on 52.
I don't know. I got nothing for you. 44? 46?
Was it that close?
It was within 10. It was within 10 of now.
Really? How long have we been doing this?
For like almost a year.
Every episode that's not this one right now feels like we recorded it 4 years ago to me.
I understand what you mean.
Our first episode we recorded just in January. Yeah. That's not that long ago.
We recorded them, I think, at the end of December.
Still not that long ago.
In the grand scheme of things? No.
Not as long as it feels. Anyway, that's not important.
No.
Let's keep trucking.
So, 2 heads better than 1. Forget about Gotan. Literally, they forgot about Gotan because
you wrote Gotan.
I wrote Gotan, so I didn't forget to talk about it. Because it's just so weird to me that this close to that last one, they're like, here's the problem. We never do 2 heads. But they did, and that also didn't work out.
It didn't work.
Though that second head did add something. I'm not sure what. It just took them a little bit to get them down.
To this one?
No, to Gotan.
Okay, because there's only a second head in this one really for one reason.
For the end, to solve the problem.
Yeah.
So... we go back down to Earth. They're drinking up these shakes that are actually smoothies because the writers on this show have a problem with words that kind of mean the same thing but aren't.
Yeah.
They're just like, good enough. Then they leave and they go to lunch or whatever. So these shakes are exotic fruit. You got some guava, you got some papaya, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there.
Pineapple was the first one.
And a secret ingredient that he doesn't say, but it is advertised as this kind of shake.
On a really
like
bright
a
green
billboard,
sign.
yeah. On like a neon billboard. Not billboard. Poster board. That's what I probably should have said.
Yeah.
So then Bulk and Skull show up, and they're like, hey, we're here for the self-defense lesson. And Trinity's like, it's a women's only self-defense lesson? And they're like, yeah, we know. Here for some babes.
Meet some babes.
And then Tommy is like, oh, you should totally come. We'll set you up with some babes.
First, before Tommy jumps in, Skull gets a little creepy.
A little creepy on Kimberly.
Because he's like, yeah, like Kimberly here. And then he like grabs her ponytail because she has that thing where her hair is still down, but she has a ponytail in the back of it.
Yeah.
So he like grabs that and smells it.
That's
when Tommy's like, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get these guys.
I'm gonna get you. That's weird. That's creepy and weird.
Yep.
Let's not do that again. Skull, what do you say?
One can only hope.
One can only hope. But I mean, I
don't remember.
I'm not expecting much. Let's just put it that way. So then Jason and Tommy like excuse themselves. They're like, we need to go figure out what we're going to teach next time. But I heard them say where we're going to teach next time. And I was like, oh, probably at the juice bar again, where you hold all of your functions. But then the next scene is them trying out new things and being like,
they're in the park. This is what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because Jason has long red pants.
right.
Right? He's got like a red denim vest over a red hoodie
Right.
with the sleeves cut off.
Of course.
And the
So he's-
sun is pounding on these two guys.
So they are
and they're doing karate. He must be sweaty
sweaty boy.
and just like uncomfortable. I would be so uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's very layered,
But the sleeves are cut off.
but the sleeves are cut off.
So it's
So you're right.
rather
It's like they're trying to
appropriate.
be like, it's not warm, or it's not cold, but it kind of is.
Right. But it's not warm either.
It's Southern California. It's only kind of cold for like 35 minutes in February, and it rains whenever you need to go to work during the month of November/December. They are attacked by the monster. Right. So we get our first look at the monster.
Yes.
I have it written down because we don't know his name yet. We'll find out his name.
I already forgot it.
I bet you don't even realize that it was his name. That's how dumb it is. We'll get there in a couple minutes.
You're probably right.
I'm calling him Lobster Chicken Gotan
That's basically what he is.
because his hands are lobster claws. He's a chicken, but he's got two heads like Gotan. He's a parrot, allegedly. This dude's
Right.
a chicken. He's chicken colored. His plumage is chicken like.
it looks like a plucked chicken.
He's a chicken. This is Lobster Chicken Gotan. Surf and turf.
Does he have plumage? Does he even have feathers? I thought he was bald.
He has some feathers on his hands, like around.
Well, he shoots them as
Yeah.
darts.
It's weird. So yeah, some of his powers. He shoots his darts. He's super coordinated because he's got two brains, so he thinks real good, and that makes the Power Rangers lose to him, I guess. So they fight him, and then
Unmorphed, right?
no, they're morphed. They morph.
No, they do. That's
they
right.
morph immediately.
Because the darts come in and they drop, and you're like, we got a morph. That's probably a monster.
So then, I'm thinking, they're just morphing offhand. Tommy has to conserve his power because he could just stop being a Power Ranger again for good.
They don't even mention that
That's
this
the
episode.
stakes, right? Is this time it's for real if you lose your power.
Yeah.
So just morphing offhand, like we better morph. Could be anything. Morphed, done. And then
Suck up all this power.
They kind of like try to fix it later in the episode without ever explicitly mentioning it, but they do like a thing that makes it seem like they're trying to conserve his power, which we'll get to in like a minute. The other thing that I wanted to talk about for this fight is that all of a sudden, Jason and Tommy can't get along. Jason's like, I'm gonna punch him, and Tommy's like, no, don't. He's a chicken man.
It's a weird.
Jason's
There's
like,
a
I don't
weird.
care about chicken men.
There's a weird thing with Jason in this episode, in that he's like super proud, and he's just like,
Right?
he just wants to beat this chicken to death by himself.
Which is weird because
This is not a teamwork episode.
No.
So I don't know why Jason is so determined to go rogue.
right. The thing about the Red Ranger is that they are the leader, right? But they also
Yes.
have to be kind of modest. Like
Yeah.
because they have to be able to lead the team and not take all the credit themselves. That's
Right.
the hallmark of a good Red Ranger, including Jason. Why is he all of a sudden like, I can beat him up myself?
Like the chicken
But only when they're morphed.
Or
This is weird
plucky-
footage that we got.
plucky parrot, whatever his name is. Is that it? Did I guess it?
No,
No? Well, that's what I'm calling him. That's a Power Ranger monster name, right? Plucky Parrot?
that's no worse than Pudgy Pig or Chunky Chicken.
Anyway, Plucky Parrot is like not even just really taunting him. Like, he's not singling Jason out.
Right.
His goal isn't even to lure him away.
It's just like, I'm going to fight you.
It's
and
just I'm going to beat the whole Power Rangers.
I have two heads so I can think better or coordinate my attacks with myself. Big question mark. I don't know.
It's weird.
But then Jason just gets all uppity about it because he's like, two heads are better than one. And Tommy's like, oh, or Jason's like, oh, I'll show you. That's not it. But they end up getting beat up.
And then Jason's like, I'm gonna beat him up, I'm gonna kill him, and then Tommy's like, no, we gotta get the rest of the team.
Tommy's like, we should probably go try to figure this out. So they go back to the command center, and Zordon calls the other Rangers, and they all teleport in, and they're like, it was kind of weird because I was writing a note, so I looked up, or I heard him say this, and I looked up and didn't see Jason and Tommy immediately. So it sounded like he was trying to call the Power Rangers to come to command center so they could then go help Jason and Tommy.
Right.
Because he was talking about Jason and Tommy as if they weren't there, which they were. Because then 1 second later, it's just a shot of close-up on Jason, and he's like, he shoots finger darts. And Tommy's like, and missiles. They're trying to really sell how hard.
But he's like, but it's the same thing. They're talking about the same attack.
They just can't get along. Again.
We haven't had that episode yet, right? Because I know there's an episode where that's the focus, is that those two can't work together.
There are several. There's a Titanus episode where they get the Thunderslingers.
This might be a lead up to another one.
There is another one where I remember they have a fight on a playground, and the monster is like a shark man. But I also might be making that up. That might also be fabricated in my head.
Power Rangers is pretty easy to make up memories for.
Because you see so much Power Rangers that it starts just like the folder is full.
Yeah.
And so like you reach in for a specific memory and it's like Shark Monster Playground. Jason and Tommy can't get along. And those are 3 separate episodes that just turned into one episode. This is when we get the monster's name. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Zordon names it. Two-headed parrot monster.
Meat moop.
Meat moop indeed. I wrote it down as THPM, so I'm gonna call him Thipum for short.
I'm gonna call him Plucky Parrot.
That's fine.
Because he looks like a plucked parrot.
I like Plucky Parrot. It's certainly better than Two-Headed Parrot Monster. Come on, guys. They mailed this one in. You can hear them as soon as Zordon says that. You can hear the writers licking that stamp so they can mail in that name.
Where do we even go from here?
I'm trying to... Okay, all right. I have a note, and I'm trying to figure out how we got there. Okay, so they're like, what are we going to do? He coordinates his attacks so well because of both of the brains.
He coordinates his... He's still a single monster.
I think Zordon says he's super smart. Like...
So what's he coordinating?
He can think of more outcomes. He has 2 pairs of eyes that can take in 2 pairs of information. I understand what they're trying to tell me. They just aren't telling me it correctly. So, like, as a kid, I was probably like, whatever, punch that chicken in both his faces. And they're like, no, he's a parrot. And I'm like, nuh-uh.
Nah, he's chicken.
I've seen parrots. I've seen chickens. This is a chicken. I had this dude's brother for dinner last night. So they are trying to figure out what to do about it. And Billy goes, parrot's like fruit. We should distract him with fruit. And they're all on board with this because they don't have any better plans.
Because, like, it's Billy. Of course he's right.
And so...
And isn't Zordon, like, his favorite fruit is probably the pomango?
Yeah, it's pretty much what happens. They're just like, I bet that dude likes pomangos. Go find one in the park, Tommy.
So Tommy volunteers. He's like, I can go find one in the park.
Which you would think...
This is...
Your eye is literally twitching.
Well, like, okay, because they haven't said what Ernie's secret ingredient is yet.
Even though it's on a billboard.
But, like, they didn't show that billboard yet?
Right. Poster board, not a billboard. It's not over.
So, like, I'm going to have to spoil that his secret ingredient is pomangos. Sorry, guys.
I already said that.
And you did. You know, you're right.
Yeah.
And Ernie's making exotic fruit shakes with a fruit that's in Angel Grove Park.
That Zach is borderline addicted to already.
Yeah.
You'd think when Billy goes, he likes fruit, let's get a fruit, Zach would go, let's get a milkshake. Let's get those fruit shakes. And then they would go, oh, exotic fruits. I bet Ernie has a pomango. Instead, he goes, let me go check the park. Bet there's a pomango tree.
I bet I can find one. So of course he does.
He finds one. Tommy goes to find the Pamangos. Putties and Plucky Duck go to attack him. Plucky Parrot.
He's in the park, so we cut to him. He like teleports in to the park. He's walking around. He's like, "Oh, I gotta find a tree." And then
Any tree will do.
Yeah, he finds a tree with the weird looking Pamango fruit, which looks not like something I want to eat.
No, I mean it looks like a coconut. If a coconut was a fruit, it was also a pineapple.
Yeah,
I did not get mango out of this
Pamango
at all.
fruit,
Right?
But he finds one, and then Rita is like, "Oh, we gotta get all those right now."
Yep.
So that he can't.
Right. Good plan, Rita.
Yeah, makes sense.
Solid plan.
So she sends the putties.
Yep. Because, I mean...
It works this time, though.
It does. Somehow, some way, the putties managed to pull through. I hope all those putties got raises. Now they're working on the 3rd floor of Club Bandora. They got offices. Their timer has been taken away.
I think I'm remembering this right. Because it's only putties that attack Tommy right now.
Right, because
the Rangers morph and go to fight. Because they see in the viewing globe that Plucky Parrot and a bunch of putties are running toward Tommy.
So they go to stop. They cut Plucky off, but they don't cut off all the parrots.
All the putties.
You're right.
We're not at Tenga's yet.
I can't wait. I remember the episodes not being very good a lot of the time.
I don't like Tango Warriors.
But I like the idea of the Tengu Warriors, not the Tango Warriors, because they're...
I thought it was Tenga.
They're Tengu in the movie. But there were some rights issues on a mythical being, I guess. We'll talk about that when we get there. Bing!
TM.
You were about to say something, and then I said parrots. You said this is, and then maybe you're talking about the plan?
It's a good plan. Because she's...
This is logical call and response, right?
She's like, I'm going to send the monster and these putties away from Tommy and then have them go towards Tommy.
Right.
And then I'm going to send... And then the Rangers will see that and they'll go there and then I'm going to send some more putties at Tommy.
Right. And the Power Rangers fall for it, but they fall for something that is essentially something that happens all the time.
Right.
Right? And this is a really logical like action reaction back and forth between Rita and the Power Rangers, and that like I'll send Plucky and the putties, bad name, to distract them. They're like, there's Plucky and the putties, we should go get them to stop them from going to Tommy. They go down, they stop them. Another wave of putties comes up, flanks Tommy. Never once are they like, I bet Rita's just doing this to distract us. Let's go help Tommy.
Right.
You know, they never make these dumb intuitive leaps that are correct. These lazy writing, leaps, which happen so often in this show, just to move it forward. And it's cool. It's actually pretty cool.
Because she doesn't even wait. Because, like, sometimes she'll do something like this, but she'll wait until the worst time.
Or she'll, like
she'll wait until they have already defeated the putties and Plucky Parrot to send the next putties.
Right, yeah.
But they're in the middle of that fight when Tommy's being attacked.
Right. And then other times, she'll do something like this and get sick of it. And be like, just grow anyway, whatever. Like she'll just like cut her plan off, or just be like, retreat.
She has space ADD.
Yes, SPADD. The rule on Firefly was anything that was a space, whatever, you put sp in front of the word. At one point, Rita goes, Green Rangers managed to find the Pamango tree, which is very impressive because they don't exist in real life. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a Google.
I'm almost positive that they do not exist.
What
Because
if,
the actual Pamango fruit is obviously just a prop.
What if it's a real fruit, though?
Look it up.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm on the Wikipedia, the #1 source of information on all the internet. No pages with this in the title. There's like a movie? Oh. So this actress is in a movie.
Is this a naughty movie?
She's in regular movies.
But is this particular one?
Anyway, it's a movie title. We're not going to go into it. So no, not a fruit. Maybe it's some writer's really weird reference to that, which is
What year did that come out?
1980. So
There
maybe
might be. That's weird.
it's really weird. So get to the tree. Putties attack. Putties want to steal these Pamangos. It looks like there's only one Pamango, but Josh assures me that there were more Pamangos.
I think you were taking notes because there's a shot from like behind the tree, and you can see at least like 3 or 4 of them hanging.
Because when I looked up, one putty was like jumping.
One putty grabs one Pamango, and then I assume the rest of them are grabbed
Right.
off screen.
4 putties have Tommy on the ground. They're restraining him, and he's like, hey, give me those Pamangos.
What if that worked? What if it's like, oh no, you're right, here you go.
We never thought of it that way. Here you go.
Because like, in a situation like that, your reaction is to be, hey, let me do the thing that you're stopping me from.
Right.
Like, that's just what you're going to yell. But like, does anybody ever actually just think that's going to work, or is that just a knee-jerk reaction?
I think it might be just something hardwired into us to like, maybe I can reason with them using no reasoning skills. I'll just tell them to stop what they're doing and let me continue what I'm doing, and maybe that'll work. It does not, surprisingly enough.
No, the putties win.
Yeah.
They do the thing.
So Tommy goes, when are we going to get a Pamango? And then like a light bulb goes off. And so he goes to Ernie's to get a Pamango.
To get a locally grown
Pamango.
exotic fruit.
Ernie is now falsely advertising if these things grow in the park.
Well, all right. He says that they are exotic.
Because we see the poster board.
They're exotic
says Pamango fruit shake.
Right, but they're exotic fruit shakes, right?
Right.
With ingredients such as guava,
Guava, got papaya,
papaya,
couple chairs, tables.
pineapples. Those are exotic, right? Those grow not in Angel Grove. So, like, he's not lying.
Right.
It's just, if this is a native fruit to Angel Grove, why does Tommy say, right, exotic fruit shake? And I know that's the writers not understanding probably what exotic means.
Exotic is to them is like not an apple, not
Look how
orange,
weird that thing
not
looks.
a banana.
That is exotic.
Yeah, that's exotic. You ever had an ugly fruit?
No.
They're pretty good. They look real ugly though, but they're pretty good. So he goes to Ernie's to get a Pamango, and he's like, Ernie, I need a Pamango because Kimberly got a new parrot and it's a picky eater and it only eats Pamangos and I can't find them anywhere. And Ernie goes, well, I got the one, but here you go.
Because he just wants those kids to make it.
Right. Also, the most important part of this scene of Ernie giving them a Pamango is a song in the background that is literally saying over and over again, I will rescue you. I will rescue you.
Now, does from here on out... You can stop anytime. From here on out, does every scene that has something to do with the relationship between Kimberly and Tommy have a cheesy love song?
This song was made by a band who wishes so hard that they were Ace of Base, but are not. So they're doing the next best thing. Anyway, Tote's not Ace of Base. I don't think. Maybe they were Power Ranger fans. Like, hey, we wrote
I
this
don't
song.
think it's Ace of Base.
No. Do like me some Ace of Base though. I hope there's a full version of that song that I can find on the internet.
I
because
feel
I'm
like
gonna try to link it.
I feel like I remember, because like when you remember a scene or like a shot or something from a TV show or a movie, like it's a certain way that it looks and that it feels in your brain, right?
Right.
And I feel like every time I think of Tommy talking about Kimberly, there's like this warm, fuzzy, like...
You hear Dreamweaver in the background?
Yeah, so I feel like this is just like a new thing. Every time Tommy's like showing interest in Kimberly or like kind of acknowledging their relationship, there's this weird, cheesy love song in the background.
I don't know. Maybe we'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Because I don't really remember any. I know when they like kiss, there's like the royalty-free serial numbers filed off version of Dreamweaver
Right.
essentially playing. And then there's this song, which
I will rescue you.
This would have been a huge club hit if they would have just released it
They
commercially.
would have played this at all the middle school dances.
Every middle school dance from 1993 or 1994 to 1996, maybe. I don't think it would have lasted much farther than that, but I mean, Blue came out when I was
This also
in
might be a
4th grade.
subtle hint of how Ernie knows that they're Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to keep an eye out for more of those, too.
Yeah.
We need to get past this scene, though. We've been hanging here a while.
We have been in this. It's that song. It's so catchy that it caught us in this scene. So
We'll have to see if we can find it on YouTube.
Right. Obviously, Ernie gives him the fruit, like
Right.
we said. Then we cut to the Rangers. Like, I don't even know if they're fighting putties. Are the putties even there anymore?
They were morphed, so like they wrecked the putties.
They just murked the putties real quick. But they're like, there's the Plucky, and they're not fighting him. They're like refraining from it. They're basically just like, come on, what you gonna do? Like,
Right.
Plucky's like, come at me. You're not gonna do it. You're scared. Come at me.
Jason's a little bit like, I'm gonna come at him.
And then Jason tries to come at him, and I think he gets knocked. Well, oh no! When we come back, I do remember this. When we come back, they have their chests have like blast marks
Yes.
on them, so they have been fighting.
Yep.
And it's not working. And Jason's like, maybe I just need to try again.
Maybe I just need to keep fighting him. I don't
And
know.
so, because he's been really antsy this episode, so he attacks, but right before Plucky can murk him for like what might be the final time, because it kind of seems like Kimberly's like, no, don't, you'll die.
Right.
He hit you 40 times while they were listening to that song in Ernie's juice bar. As soon as he jumps, a fruit lands at this monster's feet. Wouldn't you know, it's a mango fruit, and he
Tommy
immediately...
Tommy jumps in.
Oh, does he? I thought it was
Yeah,
that, and then
because
Tommy
he gets Jason down.
jumped.
Like
Okay.
he takes him down, and then Tommy like flies in, Olympic diver style,
Right.
And then I think he drops the fruit as he flips over and hits him, maybe.
Maybe, and it distracts him so much. He's like,
Or
"Oh!"
maybe the fruit comes in first. Maybe I think you might be right. Maybe I think the fruit might come in first.
and
I
then
don't
it's
know.
distracted, and then Tommy comes in. That's what I think happened, but I don't know. I was taking notes.
One of those two things happened.
right?
We just watched this 45 minutes ago.
Yep. So one of these days, we're gonna have all of our stuff in an orderly pile. Everyone's gonna be amazed at us. This is when the monster starts fighting with himself because he just immediately forgets about the Power Rangers.
Right.
And he's
'Cause
like,
now his favorite fruit is in his hands.
right, and they're doing this cool thing where one hand is the top head, one hand because it's just like Goten. Head is the
Right.
stomach, head in the stomach. So one hand is like lower, and that's the I just have a rubber band that I'm playing with.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't make as much noise as keys or anything, so it should be fine.
It's not like rolling dice
Right.
continuously like I do.
So he's like, I'm the smarter head. I should get it. And then the bottom one like takes it and is like, no, I'm the smarter head. What makes you think you're the smarter head? And then they're fighting over it, and that gives the Power Rangers time to punch it a couple times.
I don't even know if they attack it.
Here's what happens.
I think he's just arguing with himself, and then Rita's like, "Oh, you dummy!" and then makes him
and
grow.
it makes him grow. It ends up with him growing. And my notes for this are not about the fight at all. Not even a little bit. They are because it's a monster fight. You've seen one, you've seen 100. If there's something cool or dumb, we'll tell you. But this is just a regular monster fight.
Something cool does happen. I don't think it's until season 3, though.
Here are the cool things that happen. This is a not cool thing to start off with, though. We get the whole sequence. A lot.
Yep.
Whole lot of them drive, like their Zords ambling out of the jungle. And then
I feel like, because we see the whole thing where the group of them is running toward the scene of the crime. And, like, I feel like Tyrannosaurus has wheels because his legs are moving
he does have
slower
wheels
than
on the
he
bottom of
is
his feet, I
moving.
think, yeah. But he, like,
But I like the way it looks like he's skating.
yeah, the shot of him coming up out of the lava crevice or whatever is either new or we haven't seen it in a long time.
Because it's from the front.
It's from the
There's
front.
some weird green lights.
There's something going on
shining
in the foreground that is not. It's clearly, just added in.
Yeah, there's
later.
a lot of shots in this sequence that are either new
At the end, there were a couple.
or maybe I just don't remember them.
At the end, there were a couple because
Yeah.
they fight. When they get in, Kimberly says, "Polly want a Megazord." Not the best taunt, because like, what if he got your Megazord? Then he has
He's a two-headed parrot monster,
right.
so he's Polly.
Polly want a cracker. Yeah, let a chalkboard. That's from the movie. I have the movie memorized line for line. I don't know if I've told you that. I'm
I'm very close to doing that with Ninja Turtles.
I'm flipping.
The good
one.
I
remember.
The good Ninja Turtle.
Because we watched it recently, and you pretty much every line had it. It's impressive. The Megazord comes together, and then Tommy's like, "Yeah, I'll get the Dragon Zord." She plays the Dragon Zord summon, and there's no we took so much time for the regular Zords to walk out of their hiding places.
Right.
Dragon Zord was already on the ground.
He's already halfway there,
running, and I love the way Dragon Zord runs. It is like a sumo wrestler who is mad at you.
Yeah, I like because Tommy's like, "I'm gonna summon Dragon Zord," and then it cuts to Dragon Zord. He's like, "I'm way ahead of you, bro."
He's like, "Yeah,
he's just
buddy.
on his way.
Let's kill this chicken." And then he plays a Dragon Command. It doesn't make him do anything. He just fights regular.
Just makes him ready to
but
fight.
It's always nice to hear the Dragon Command. I enjoy it. Then Titanus busts through. He Kool-Aid Man's his way through a mountain.
Oh yeah!
And then this is where we get some new shots because
we have a new shot because we're at Megazord at this point, right?
Yeah.
So there's one new shot where they're running. That's from like an isometric top down.
Right.
That's new.
That is new. Where he like jumps into Titanus. That was new.
We've seen that before.
I don't remember.
We
might have, but it's
what
new
is
to
that
me.
noise?
Oh, it's my fridge.
Oh, okay. It sounded like music, like someone was listening to rap. I was like, what?
No, my fridge is just trying to express itself.
Okay. I think we've only seen it one time before, is what I was getting at.
It's neat. It's a lot of it plays with the perspective. I think it's really cool. There is also the shot of it turning into Ultrazord because it goes from like guy in suit Megazord jumping into the
back of Titanus.
To toy inside toy Titanus with toy Dragon Hoodie lowering down on top of him, and it's new, so I like it, and it's got so much charm to it.
Saban, if you make a hoodie. That is just the Dragon Zord attaching to my head and shoulders.
We'll buy one
I will
each.
buy one for about $30.
I will spend about $30 too. I'd like a men's medium. Thank you.
I will wear that same size.
Thank you in advance. So then they kill it. They blow it up with Ultrazord. And we knew where this was going. We knew how Plucky was ending. Rita's mad. Because she's like, oh, I thought it was going to be twice as smart. It's twice as dumb.
This would have been a good episode to not have a giant fight. And then have them blow him up with the power cannon while he's fighting himself about the fruit.
Right. Like he's like, give me this fruit.
I just want a power cannon kill, man. We haven't had one in so long.
How neat would it be if he's like, this is my fruit. No, it's my fruit. And they're like, hey, buddy. And he looks up and then boom, boom. Like, we don't even see them put it together. They're all standing there with their giant murder weapon and they blow him to Kingdom Come. That would be
because
great.
We know when Rita makes a monster grow, she can do it after that monster has died at regular size.
Right.
Has she done that yet?
Lots of times.
She's definitely done that before.
Lots of times, yeah.
Just, man, do they even have a power cannon anymore?
It's in the shop for repairs.
Stupid.
I don't know what to tell you. I wish.
Just use it. They made such a big deal about it in the third episode.
Third episode. So
that's what I meant.
So then we go back to the juice bar where the second class is being taught, and it's basically old ladies fighting each other. And going,
it's kind of funny.
And going, like, they have each other around the shoulders. They're both holding each other's shoulders, and one of them is going, stop, no, and then gingerly letting them to the ground.
Flips her over.
There's one time where they literally grab each other by the shoulders at the same time, and I swear to God, I thought these two old ladies were going to kiss. They did not. One of them just got thrown down again. What else happened? What was Kimberly wearing? Part 2.
Oh, that's right. There is a part 2.
She's got her muumuu on.
Is it her muumuu?
It is. Because at first I was like, what is she just wearing? A shirt, like a floral kind of paisley, a shirt. No, it's her muumuu. It's definitely her muumuu because you only get one shot of the whole of her sitting in the chair from behind where she's like leaning over to look at Bulk and Skull. Spoilers, Bulk and Skull are going to be here in a second. Remember them from earlier? That pays off.
You guys remember Bulk and Skull.
You remember Bulk and Skull. They only show her full body for like 1 second, and it is that dress. It's the second one, not the one with the weird vest thing. The less huge one.
Right.
She's also got a beret on, like a gray beret, which is funny because the idea of France will terrify her in just 2 short seasons. Stay tuned. Bulk and Skull are here, and they're confused. There's no babes. There's just moms.
These are just moms.
And basically, okay, if I were to give you...
Where's the babes?
The babes. Bring back the babes. If I were to give you, like, 10 minutes and this setup, what do you think would happen? What would you write down? If I was like, Bulk and Skull want babes. There's no babes. There's moms in a self-defense class. Go.
The moms beat up Bulk and Skull.
Wouldn't you know it? The moms beat up Bulk and Skull. Tommy and Jason are like, why don't you guys fight him? Why don't you, and
Or, yeah, he's like, let's run through a thing.
you could be the attackers.
You guys be the attackers. And then Bulk's like, don't worry, mom babes.
We won't hurt you. Because now he's into it.
Because one of them's Cougar Mom.
Right. And the other one is not Cougar Mom.
Or maybe a different Cougar Mom.
I mean, who knows? So they like get turned around and like pushed off really easily, and that makes them mad. So they like go to attack, and then
Bulk's like, I wasn't really watching Skull during this,
I was watching Skull,
but Bulk was like, he's like, I'm not gonna hurt you, and then she like spun him around. He's like, now I'm gonna hurt you.
now I'm gonna hurt you. So I didn't see what happened to Bulk. This is actually works out pretty well. Yeah. I only saw what happened to Skull, where she STOs the crap out of him. Like literally, this is not like a she. Like, it's the half clothesline,
right.
leg sweep. The Great Muta would be proud of this because she goes down, or Skull goes down, and he hits hard.
I think Bulk gets flipped by Cougar Mom.
Yeah.
And because, like, his head lands on Skull's leg pretty hard.
Yeah, Skull gets perpendicular or parallel with the ground. Like, 3 feet in the air, flat, boom. Down. It was good looking. It was a good looking STO. And then that's the episode. I don't think anything else.
That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
I wrote down Narves. That's my new nickname for Jason Narvey. It's Narves. That might be a Y. Could be an S. That's a little insight into my chicken scratching. I'll show you afterwards. So that's gonna do it for us for today.
All right, so you took notes in your notebook and not on your phone, but you wrote a note in your phone earlier.
I did, and I forgot. And you didn't.
Thank goodness I remembered.
You're making so much progress. I've never been prouder of you. Okay, here's a thought I had. And this is like a writing prompt, right? Like you're in junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
This is an email thing. Email us in the answer to this writing prompt. Because I don't know if it was a dream or if I just spent so much of my waking time thinking about Power Rangers that this got in. But what if the Morphin Grid, not the podcast, the Power Rangers thing, is a place? What if there is an actual place that's like Tron, but the Morphin Grid? That's my writing prompt to you.
And then we just write what if that?
Yeah, what do you think that would be?
Okay.
What do you, or what are your thoughts on that, your ideas? Is it dumb? It might be dumb. I say a lot of dumb things. A lot of dumb ideas pass through these ears.
I mean, it's a little dumb, but I don't think it's like real dumb. It's definitely not too dumb for Power Rangers.
Right.
I think it's implied that it's kind of like the Force, in that it's like
there's a disturbance
before the original 3 where there's like a virus.
Yeah, or it's bacteria. We're not going to talk about that garbage truck fire of a trilogy on this podcast.
So I think it's like the Morphin Grid is like an idea, like in the way that the Force is not a physical thing, but is an idea, but that what's the stupid word I'm looking for? Not presents itself through people. Manifests itself. That's the one. Like as special abilities or powers through people who are in tune with it,
who have some sort
or in this case, we're given a device that links them to it.
Well, thing is because it's the Morphin grid, right? And so I think grid,
like a power grid.
I think a power grid, or I think of like a city grid. Like I think of a place, like a real place. And so the other day, I just thought, what if there was a season where the Power Rangers get sucked into the Morphin grid, and you have all the Power Rangers canon like stuck in there? That's what I would do with it. That's what my thoughts. I will next episode. Or maybe we'll do a Bobo sometime next week. Or for the
Attitude
hiatus.
Era podcast called their latest episode a Bobo episode.
They might have done that before. And then just called them Bonos most of the time.
Right. I don't know. I fell off that wagon a long time ago. I need to get back into that.
It's real good. I haven't listened to the new one, but they're very funny guys. I also listened to the main guy, Kevin's new podcast, Cinema Swirl, where he watches a movie with a friend of his who has not seen any movies, basically, like at all, and it's really funny. So that's called Cinema Swirl. Check that out if you're into that.
I will only probably listen to episodes of that about movies that I have seen, which is not a lot. I might be that other friend.
First one is Star Wars, New Hope,
right?
The Star Wars movie. The second one is Terminator 2: Judgment Day. The third one is Back to the Future.
Oh, I could listen to that one.
And then the latest one was Big Lebowski.
I have not seen that movie.
It's pretty good. I haven't seen it in so long that I may have never seen it, but I know everything that happens in it. I knew everything they were talking about, but I just can't recall any of it on will, like at will. Anyway, enough about other people's podcasts. So that's my writing prompt to you guys. Send me and Josh your thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff.
Yeah, because like...
I'll try to think of something because it's never been a physical place or really a physical thing to me. So I'll try to think of something.
So even if you don't like that, even if you don't like the idea, what would you do with it?
Right.
Because like it doesn't have to be the way you think about the Morphin grid. I'm not saying this is the new way everyone needs it.
Right.
But like if it just presuming that it is for a second, what would you do with it? What do you think would happen there? What would you like to see with the Morphin grid? And next. We're gonna have a little hiatus between season 1 and 2, which is gonna be in about a month.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the finale is a episode that is out of it's just a regular.
It's
episode
just an
of Power
episode.
Rangers. So we're also gonna do the unaired pilot, like a proper Morphin Grid style episode about the unaired pilot, and then we're gonna have a month or 2 off to figure out how we're gonna make season 2 bigger and better.
Yeah, we have some ideas for things we want to do. So we'll have to prepare for that.
Yeah, we just need to figure out how to implement them, essentially.
Yeah.
And then, so we're gonna have we have a couple bonus episodes saved up that are super short, like 8 to 15 minutes to 20, I think.
Right.
For the one that I was like 15 minutes, and it ended up being 20. That's the Morphin Grid in a nutshell. So we're gonna have episodes for you, but they're not gonna be new, and they're gonna be little bite-sized chunks for you to digest to tide you over. That's it. That's everything I have to say.
You wanted to plug Nick Reboot?
Yeah, there's a thing called Nick Reboot, and it's real cool. NickReboot.com. It's a stream. There's 2 ways to use Nick Reboot. I'm gonna get the second one soon, but it costs a little bit of money.
Right.
And I'm gonna try to sell this as hard as I can because it's the coolest thing ever. Josh and I have already fallen into a trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
If you grew up in the late '80s, early '90s, or if
your childhood.
If
was in the 90s.
If Nickelodeon was the cornerstone of your childhood, like 90s Nickelodeon to early 2000s, a little bit of late 80s, there is the best thing in the world. It's called Nick Reboot. It is a 24-hour streaming internet television channel where they just play old Nick shows. 71 different shows.
And every episode of each show.
Show.
If you just go to nickreboot.com and just go there. And there will be a random episode of one of those shows playing.
Yeah, so you can...
Or if you get in between episodes, you get commercials from that era.
Commercials from the 90s, little, like, the interstitial, like, Nick,
yeah.
Nickelodeon.
There's those, but there's also commercials just for things,
like,
just
there's
in general.
one for Surge. There was one for... that I forget the name of it already. That rainbow stick where it's like you can do 4 colors at once and draw neat things. Here's a motorcycle. Here's a zebra.
It's just called Rainbow something.
The Moon Shoes old Pop-Tart commercial I saw on there this morning because I watch it in the morning. because I like watching kids television shows in the morning.
Right.
And like Korra is the only kids show that I'm caught up on because I'm even behind on Gravity Falls, which makes me sad in my heart. But I don't have a DVR to record it, so I had to like go get it from the internet. I don't have the money to buy it on iTunes, so I'm waiting for a little bit of a windfall. And Korra, like, you need to pay attention to, so I can't just like eat breakfast and like be half asleep. But I can to do that with Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, yeah.
Or we watched Salute Your Shorts the other night.
Salute Your Shorts holds up, man.
It totally holds up.
That was good.
Legends of the Hidden Temple is a little frustrating, but fun if you watch it and bet on it like you're betting on an alien species.
Yeah.
You know, like, because this is really different.
Have you ever played Chrono Trigger?
Probably like 11 minutes of it before I was like, I'm so dumb. I can't play this game.
Right at the beginning, like the first place you go is to the fair.
Right.
Like the Millennial Fair or whatever. And in there's like a bunch of games, and one of them is like you can bet on a racer, and then they run around the track.
Right.
If you watch Legends of the Hidden Temple and bet on a racer,
and
then after each round, as you're eliminated, you have to pick a new.
Yeah, if you get eliminated, you gotta like. Cause there were three of us. It was us and my roommate Tony, and we were just basically like I was like green monkeys. Josh was like blue barracudas. Or purple parrots that one time, and Tony was.
That's because the Barracudas get eliminated.
They got eliminated
in the first round.
In the moat level.
In the moat, ugh.
But like it's a random episode every time. So sometimes there's like 2 or 3 in a row of one show.
That is like, that's cool. That's just like here's a show because it feels like you're watching Nickelodeon.
Like you're watching television
because the commercials in between, and
the bumps,
just
and
random
all that,
episodes and stuff is great. The only problem is that you won't get anything in chronological order,
right?
But
unless
you do,
because the other way to watch it is you can pay $35.99 for a year. It's a subscription service, but it's Nick Reboot on demand. You can just look at whatever episode you want, watch that. You can go through any show. Space Cases is on there. Mr. Father Shelby Woo, Alex Mack, literally every Nickelodeon show.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Salute Your Shorts that we mentioned.
Hey Dude,
if you're into that.
Like, hey Dude. And if you do, whatever. Maybe it holds up. Maybe it's better now.
Maybe it's better now.
Because I'm sure Pete and Pete will be. Because I did not get it when I was a kid.
It was just weird when I was a kid. Like, I didn't understand.
Then all the cartoons, Hey Arnold, Rugrats.
There is SpongeBob, which is still getting new episodes, so it's weird, but it's the old because it goes up to early 2000s.
There's 9 seasons of SpongeBob. SpongeBob premiered in like 99 or 2000, so there's like up to 2008, I think. But yeah, like there's a lot on there, and it's $35.99 for a year. That's $3 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got that, and you pay it all at once,
right?
So like you don't have to worry about it for a year. It's awesome. I'm getting it with my next paycheck.
Super cool. So check that out.
Yeah, check that out.
They didn't pay us for any of that.
No,
but
I'm trying to get them to sponsor something else. There's also another podcast by me coming down the pipeline that Josh will guest on
occasionally,
probably with relative frequency. It's called Specially Marked Box. It's a look at like nostalgia and whether or not it's warranted.
What luck that we come across this website now.
Right, it is so helpful. Now we don't have to do any YouTube spelunking.
Yeah.
We can just go.
Now, if you get the on-demand service,
right?
Is there like a commercials page?
Oh, I hope so. You might just have to watch the channel for that.
Right.
But that's fine.
But that's a cool bonus. And just watching the channel is so easy.
Right? Yeah, we watched like 3 hours of it the other night.
Yeah.
So, definitely check that out. I especially recommend it if you have kids or if you are a kid and people are always like, ugh, our shows were so much better than what you have now. And like, look, it's 50-50, okay?
Yeah.
Because like Avatar and Korra,
there's good shows now.
So good.
There's bad shows now. But
then,
the same is true back then.
Same for back then. Because like As Told by Ginger was not good to me.
I don't even remember that show. I know it was a show. Like I know the name.
2000s show.
As Told by Ginger.
It came out like right after Rocket Power.
Also, there's a show called 15 that's on all the time.
It's on so much. There were 4 seasons of it. It aired mostly in Canada and then on Nickelodeon. It's a teen soap opera. I had never heard of it until I found out about Nick Reboot. But especially Marked Box, it's definitely going to be doing that. It's basically looking at nostalgia and like there's going to be a lot of cool stuff with that. So if you're into that, check it out. There might be more information very soon about it because I want to get it off the ground as soon as I can.
Right.
So MorphinGrid.tumblr.com is our website. You can email us at littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at MorphinGrid. We're on Facebook at MorphinGrid. No, we're not at MorphinGrid. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/TheMorphinGrid. And we're on iTunes. If you want to leave us a rating or review, that would be super. And we would love you pretty much forever. So that's going to do it for us for now.
So until next time,
That's it.
may the power protect you. Or just use the other stand.
All I need to do is take this off and do that. I think I'm gonna, because this one is definitely the droopy poopy. The droopy poopiest of all the Charlie Browns. This stand is the Charlie Browniest.